All right. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ryan, and welcome to the Gamers Podcast. And today, we're just gonna talk, man. I did a rough version of this podcast, and I kind of have like a real like kind of basis of what I want to talk about today. I want to talk about two major things. One, so I want to talk about some gaming stuff, content related stuff. And then two, I want to talk about some personal shit, like my personal shit, what I've been dealing with. And, the most obvious one that I've been dealing with, right? As you can see, we'll get into that. Um, so today I want to let's talk about the content that I'm going to be doing on this channel, like just a bunch of ideas I got floating around, But the main one is I want to, obviously, I don't really play Call of Duty Zombies anymore. And that's the big one, right? Like, that is the biggest one out of everything. That's kind of how I started. I remember back in the day when my dad bought me my first HD capture card. What did I do? Yeah, when my dad bought me the first HD capture card, I ended up being really excited about making zombies content. And that was right before Black Ops 3 came out. Black Ops 3 Zombies, right? Then Black Ops 3 came out, and then not only that, but then my dad got really good internet. So then I said, "Hey, I'm going to try my hand at streaming." Then my first stream, my friend Chelsea, you all remember Chelsea, started hanging out with me, right? And then after that, I got rated. I think one or two streams later, and then boom, here we are. Started streaming every single day. Throwing some videos here and there, and it was a good time, right? Like I had a lot of fun, doing that, and in doing that, I kind of burned myself out pretty hard. I had a couple stints with Minecraft. I still played Minecraft back then, and then I even did Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. People were down to watch that too. Right? And then Fortnite happened, and then Fortnite just killed everything, killed the channel, and just probably because I wasn't good at it. And I was going through so much stuff, around that time when Fortnite was huge. I was having a hard time, like, personally. Man, my beard looks really dumb. Alright, please ignore the gross facial hair. I'll shave it off before I record or stream. So yeah. So, as you can tell, I have a shaved head, right? And, it's very obvious why I have a shaved head, Like, it's the elephant in the room that I kind of never really mention. But I've been wanting to make this podcast for a while where I talk about the whole male pattern baldness thing because it happened to me at such a young age, right? You can see, right? So, like, there's the thin spot right there. You notice how, like, this patch of bangs right here is thick, a little bit thicker and darker than the rest up here, right? It's like that took over my life in such a bad way where anything bad that would happen, I wouldn't want to leave the house. Like I had such a hard time with it, and it all started right as I got my current job. So I've been working at my I work at a gaming center. It's like a casino, but it's called a gaming center. Just because of some policy shit, going on with the company. But let's call it a casino. Um so when I got this job at the casino, I actually couldn't afford a haircut. So I had no problem growing my hair out really long, right? Like, and I've done that in the past. You have seen all that, right? And right, and oh yeah, and also another thing I should point out before I get too uncomfortable about it is obviously I got one wicked receding hairline. That is the most obvious part about this whole thing, right? And then on top here is very thin. That's part of life, and I let it take over my life so bad. Like so bad. Like it was really bad. Like, it was really bad. That is like the biggest regret I'll ever have. One of the biggest regrets I'll ever have in my whole life is letting this take over everything. Like I like would just feel so negative about myself. Oh man, like I was looking up so much stuff. I started taking biotin pills cuz biotin um gives you stronger nails and it gives you thicker hair. Now, if you look here, I got some patchiness in my facial hair here. All biotin did was just fill this in a little bit here, and if I kept taking it, I probably would have got a more full beard. But yeah, man, it was brutal, you know. Like it's just part of life, you know. It's happening. I don't know. Maybe I was really stressed, and that could have jump started it. But whatever happened, happened, you know. But then again, I mean, like I've been stressed before, even when I did have like a full head of hair, and you know, like that part really never really kicked in, you know. Like yeah, and they say that when you lose hair due to stress, it takes 3 months. It's a 3 months process, so it'll take 3 months for you to lose the hair. It'll take you another 3 months to gain back the hair. That's what I read, and I read all a bunch of this stuff, right? So yeah, my recommendation to the young men out there that are losing hair, and that even if you think you might lose hair, you know, don't really let it get to you so much. Cause like, look at this, right? Like you can see, I got some thin shit going on. There's a shine, and you know what? You just gotta accept it, man. Because bro, like it makes me want to cry. That I would cry right after I get a haircut. And you know, you remember how I used to look, right? I used to have very long, curly slash wavy, kind of bushy type of hair. It was like thick hair. I used to have really thick hair. And the kind of the way I would hide the fact I was losing hair and that there was thin spots is I would do a like a comb over type of deal, right? But my hair, you know, was kind of thick enough still where you know you can kind of get away with that, but it started to not work anymore. And then I got a haircut, and it was slightly more noticeable, but you could still see it, right? Because like this is where it started. Right here is where I really started to notice a change. I didn't even notice my receding hairline until I shaved my head. Actually, um, yeah, that part never really bothered me too much, but it was right here, like right in the spot right here, where I started to notice every single time. And I still have this bad habit because I used to do this all the time. Whenever I look in the mirror, and I'm looking because I'm looking at myself right now. Whenever I look at my reflection, I'm always doing this, right? I'm always just checking out my hair and like, how does it look? How does it look, right? And I'm not gonna lie, you know, thank God I did this sooner than later because like I just want to look as presentable as possible, given everything, right? Like I'm an overweight guy, like I got a patchy beard, and when you have receding hairline and thinning hair, no matter what age you are, there's always something you can do, right? What I don't recommend you do is get surgery. Like, I recommend don't do surgery because surgery really, really takes a lot out of a person. There's a lot of side effects to surgery. You can get, if anything, if you really want to and if you can afford it, there's this surgery you can get where it's called restoration. Exactly what it is, right? Where they will take hair follicles, 50% of hair follicles from a very selected spot in the back of your head, and they will put it like here, right? Like if it were me, right? They would probably start here, and then they would put it all the hair follicles right here, because this is where my bangs. I believe this part right here is where my hairline, like this used to be. So I think what they do is they take it, and it's on the Try Guys channel. So look up the Try Guys, and then they made 2 videos about this, right? Where this dude got like this little tattoo thing. It's called SMP, where they make it look like you have thicker hair than you really do by tattooing, like, it looks like hair follicles, basically. Oh, excuse me. And then and yeah, so what they do is they will use like this robot. I'm not even kidding. They'll use this robot where they put in hair follicles, and they'll put it to kind of right where your natural looking hairline would be. And for me, I believe it would be right here. But I really do, but like, that video showed me that I don't need that stuff, because A, I can't afford it, and B, even if I could, it's such a freaking headache, man. Like, it really is. And because, like, the dude got puffy because apparently he needed to be elevated when he was sleeping. And, there's, like, a lot of blood involved. And you probably, there's probably, like, pain and stuff. And that's just too much of a hassle just for some hair, man. I mean, like, granted, my hair used to be a huge part of my identity. And and it really was, because all my favorite celebrities and all my everything, like, if you really, you can look up the bands that I really like Asking Alexandria is my favorite metal band, right? Black Veil Brides, they all have hair, and the lead singer of Asking Alexandria shaved his head at one point because he was drunk, and he pulled that one off pretty nicely, right? And for some reason, I never took inspiration for that. I always used to say, and I think I've even said this in old streams, where, like, oh, like, do you think you're going bald? Do you ever, like someone would ask, like, oh, like, would you be okay if you went bald? And I said, no, absolutely not. I pray to God I don't go bald. And my prayer was not answered. so yeah, so that's my advice, is like, it just took over my life. That's why the channel was slow, like really slow in 2018. I just needed to really pick up the pieces, and I wish I would have done it sooner, because there's a lot of fun stuff to do in 2018. But yeah, 2019 has been a pretty quiet year, which is pretty good. I mean, we had some tragedies and whatnot, but we're doing pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. This was a pretty good year for us, for just the world in general, at least for my part of the world, everything I'm seeing. So, yeah, and yeah, man. So just piece of advice, just don't let this take over your life. Like, it's just hair. It really is just hair. Some people say it's just hair will grow back. Other people say it's just hair. It's just gonna be your new normal. And that's what I accept. I mean, do I like it? I don't necessarily like the fact it's happened at such a young age. That's the one part I really don't like about it, and one part I'll probably always be insecure about. But it's really not that bad. It was forced upon me, which I'm really not into, but now I just know how to make the most of it. Just rock the shaved head look. I mean, obviously it's thicker on the sides, but fuck it. What are you gonna do? And unless I wanna start, fucking rubbing Rogaine on my head, like, which I really don't want to do. Like some people might think it's out of laziness. I honestly, like, I just don't want to have to rely on that thing. And what if I, like, quit my job and then kind of don't have a job again, for 4 months, right? Then what's gonna happen? Yeah, that was brutal. But but here I am. So yeah, that was pretty good, you know. It's a piece of advice for you people, you young guys out there. Just don't let it get to you. You know, like if you see it happening, you know, you can look into hairstyles to cover up all the insecurity, like what I mean by the thin spot, or you can do what I did and just shave your head and see how it looks. You know, see if you can adapt. And let me tell you, rocking a shaved head is so freaking easy in the morning. You do not have to worry about it at all. Like, it's really not that big of a deal at all. Like, not at all. Like, honestly, I really recommend do not sweat it. Like, it's so easy. It's so much fun too, you know, like when you're sleeping and stuff. It just let me tell you something. That you sleep like laying around and sleeping with a shaved head feels pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. It's very comfy. It's very easy. You don't have hair in your eyes ever. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of positives out of it. You know. You know when you shower, it's like you mainly just have to like when I shower, I still like shampoo and stuff because my scalp. I want to make sure my scalp is good. Because sometimes I get like pimples on my scalp, which is really annoying. But yeah. So that's my whole hair loss advice. You know that. You know, just I recommend just embracing it. That's my advice. I know some people really don't want to do that, especially when you're a young guy. But it's really not that bad. Want to know why? Let me give you another piece of advice. So, I had, you know, like obviously I have this I had this insecurity. It doesn't bother me so much anymore. And I think the reason why it bothers me so much is because I was worried what everyone was going to think. I was worried what my girlfriend was going to think. And I'm not going to lie, I got this low. I kind of figured I wasn't really that attractive without my long hair and everything. And then I made new friends at the casino, right? At my new job. Like I have my friend Amanda. And Amanda even gave me a piece of advice, right? Because Amanda is 7 years older than me, maybe 6 years older than me. And right, and you know she has like a fiance and kids, right? So she said like yeah, like one of my old best guy friends, like he went bald, you know, and he's like 28, right? Like he's totally bald when he's 28. And you know, it never really changed the way he was, right? It just changed the way he looked a little bit. And it turns out that everyone in my life was very either whatever about it or like, oh, you shaved your head, interesting, you know. And then they moved on with their life. They don't care. No one cares whether or not you have hair or not. Only the really petty people do. Like for real. You know, like I'm still the goofy guy, still have a good time. And that's it, man. Like you really don't need, you know, any of this bullshit in your life. Like, and I feel so good saying it. Like you know, some days like I think this looks kind of weird, but I think I'm still in the transitional phase of like just getting used to it. Like I'm really used to it because it's in my day to day. But sometimes like if I'm ever by myself like this because I stay up late because I'm a night shift guy, um, and I kind of like I'm just alone with my thoughts and I'm looking in the mirror, and then you know I'm doing this thing and I'm like wow. Um, so yeah, you know, and it's kind of like I'm just gonna keep paying attention to it and just adapt accordingly, right? Because when my hair grows out, it doesn't look very good. Like I tried that where I got really lazy after the first time I shaved my head and it started to grow back out and it growed out a bit. No, I'm never gonna go back to that again. I prefer it when it's freshly shaved, you know. And I think that's what I'm gonna stick to for a very long time, you know. And just embrace it, you know. Like I'm gonna obviously it's gonna get a little bit, you know, you're gonna see more of the top of my head in the future. Like probably when I'm 25, you're gonna see a little bit more. And then by the time I'm 28, you know, I'm probably just gonna shave it all off. And then just rock the bald look. Maybe sport a hat. I don't know. I'm not really a hat guy. And yeah, man. So just big shout out to all my work friends and all, and especially to I want to give a special shout out to Richard and Amanda. You know, they're two friends who I met at work, and they were so cool and so chill about this whole thing. Where like, you know, they just like I remember my buddy Richard, who I plan on making videos with in the future. He was just saying like, I'm just like, man, like fuck, like I just need to stop caring what people think. And he goes, dude, no one gives a shit. Like he literally said that. He goes, no one gives a shit whether you're going bald or not. And he was right. So like no one really gives a shit, you know, because people care about themselves, you know. And yeah, so that's my hair rant. Just shave your head, man. Embrace it. That's my advice. It's not that big of a deal. All right, so let's move on to the more sexy part of the podcast. Where what am I doing? Right, where we talk about the content. I was going to start by talking about the content, but I just really wanted to get out the hair thing. It's because it's just been building and building and building where it's like it just feels so good to get it out, and I'm gonna try my best to actually upload this as soon as I'm done. What was I gonna say again? Right. So I want to talk about the content on this channel where I'm in a transitional phase. As you know, like I kind of rambled a little bit in the beginning where I started talking about my streaming days, and then I started, you know, kind of, and then I went into like the zombies thing where, and then I just kind of started looking at my head, and then I'm like, you know what, fuck it, let's talk about it now. So let's kind of go back to the beginning a little bit here. So like I said, streamed a lot, kind of burnt out with zombies, and then the Fortnite thing just sucked, right? So now, where am I? Where I am nowadays is as far as like the gaming side goes, is I play like just now. I just finished playing Rocket League, like the car soccer Rocket League, for an hour. Like I'm really into Rocket League, and I kind of found my my thing, my new thing where shooters were fun, but it's like I think I kind of did that, and I'm kind of over it now where I don't really need shooters anymore. Like I trust me, like Halo and Call of Duty Zombies will have like the one of the biggest places in my heart, and I will always eventually, go back and play those like just last night I played Halo 3 ODST just cuz I wanted to, right? Like I love that stuff so much, right? But I think as far as content goes, I really, 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 really like the Rocket League community. Like, there's a lot of really great YouTubers, and the esport is really fun to watch. Like, I'm all into that shit, right? So, I think what I'm going to be doing now is I'm going to try, because the problem is that, like with Fortnite, I'm not that good at Rocket League. I'm okay. I'm just an average Joe when it comes to Rocket League. Like my highest rank was Gold 3, like Div 3, Division 3. For you Rocket League heads, kind of where that threshold is. That's like the on the low end medium range, kind of like just about to break into the medium range into platinum, right? Or platinum is like medium to slightly higher in skill, and then diamond you're getting up there, and then when you hit champion then you're really up there, right? You're like a you actually play for realsies, and then when you're a grand champion, that's just the end all and be all thing. So and it's one of those games like zombies where you're just doing the same thing over and over again, but you can switch it up a little bit. You can kind of change your tactics a little bit more, where because all it is just a level field and then a ball in the middle, and you in your car, and then your teammates in their cars, and then you figure out how to score a goal, right? And I kind of took that game for granted. I used to think that was kind of a dumb game, and I would just play it for my friend. But now, that same friend that showed me, Ty, showed me Rocket League, I'm begging him to play, and he won't do it. so, so Ty, it's your fucking fault because you got me into it. And then I ended up watching your YouTube video, and now I'm really into it. So yeah, and I'm gonna try and figure out how to incorporate Rocket League into the YouTube channel because I don't think it's the smartest idea to stream it all the time, right? Like I did with Zombies. Zombies was an interesting thing because when I got a job, but I didn't have a very high demanding schedule like I do now, Zombies was perfect because if you played 2 really good games of Zombies, like around 30 to like around 40 game, that's a full length stream right there, especially for me. Like for me, my full length stream is like 5 hours, and then my like medium length stream is what I do a lot, is 2 hours. So for a 2-hour stream, 2 to 3 hour stream, Zombies was perfect. Rocket League, the games end freaking fast. It's like on average like 10 minutes per game. You can get a lot of games in there, but it just wouldn't be that entertaining to watch because I'm not that good at Rocket League. That's the thing. If I was stringing together a fuckload of wins and I was like flying and doing all this crazy shit, I think I would have I would be in the good running to actually make a successful Rocket League YouTube channel. But another game that I always play now, like it's part of my thing, is Minecraft. And it's not just because PewDiePie started playing Minecraft. I've been playing Minecraft for quite some time now, like long before PewDiePie ever started playing again. Like I've been playing ever since I moved here. I play a lot with my girlfriend. I now have a server, which I kind of want to open up to YouTubers, where like I do a YouTuber server where like we're all kind of doing like a let's play or live streams on it. And yeah, stuff like that. Like I will kind of want to do stuff like that. But right now I'm perfectly content just playing on my server with right now we got me, Taya, my girlfriend, and then James, you all know James, and then my buddy Ty, who I did the Hitman video with. So yeah, man, and that's kind of my thing now, right? It's Rocket League and Minecraft is my main focus, especially when it comes to content. And then I think I want to dip my fingers into actually streaming and trying to enjoy new games that come out. Because A, that would get people to watch and come hang out. And B, I kind of want to expand my gaming horizons. I think I'm a little narrow still. Where like back then, like back in the day, it was always zombies. It's like I would like someone would show me a cool game. Oh, that's a cool game, but then I still come back to zombies, right? So yeah, I think that's what I want to do. Do like playthroughs of single player games, kind of inspired by what James does, right? So yeah, and then not only that, but I also want to revive the non-competitive competition videos with James as well. But James is literally gonna have a baby in like 10 days, 9 days at the time of recording. And yeah, so I'm gonna try and because we filmed like last month, we filmed a non-competitive competition video. I just gotta finish it, but like I had some technical issues that happened, but I'm gonna try and make sure you guys don't figure out what that is. But even if you did, it wouldn't be a big deal. So yeah, I gotta try and perfect that and make that all sexy and stuff. I'll probably do that. I think I'm gonna aim for that video to come out in early September because I think part of the reason why I haven't worked on it is because I'm kind of living with my girlfriend and I got stuff to do around here, so it's kind of hard for me to just sit down and dive into a video. But I think once I get this video done and then we start doing a little bit more, um, I'm going to aim for September for a new non-competitive competition video to come out. So there you go. And then I'm also going to be looking to start my actual like real podcast. And also I'm going to be looking to starting a new YouTube channel, which I've mentioned many, many times. So I'm going to really talk to the person I'm going to be doing it with and see if that's still a thing, and before I really say what's going to happen. So yeah, I kind of want to have a more consistent schedule. I want to have more structure in my life, and this is one of my hobbies. This is my creative outlet, so this is going to be part of that structure, and it's going to be good for you, whoever watches, and it's going to be good for me creatively. Even if it's just crappy Let's Play videos, we'll see. I'm going to really try and step up my game just a little bit more. And I think that's all I have for you for, 30-minute podcast. This is one of the reasons why I want to do a real one. But there's a lot of money that needs to go into that for now. So, yeah, as you can tell, my voice is a little hoarse. And thank you all for watching. I will catch you in the next one. So final thoughts. Shave your head if you're losing hair. And, message of the day, it's okay to like porn. All right. Thank you all for watching. Drop a like if you enjoyed the podcast. Take it easy. And I love you all. All right. Bye.